Hello everybody, Zygot Gaming here with a different kind of video. One of my good friends from church asked me to read chapter 1 of his new book he is writing called Bloodbound. And it's about all kinds of metahumans, monsters. It even talks about the realm of monsters. So it's going to be a really good book. He hasn't gotten it finished yet.
Dang it, Dale.
But he is working really hard on it, and it's going to be good. So, let's start. It all began with humans and monsters. Monsters had existed since the beginning of time, while humans were created later by the Creator. Humans and monsters shared a peaceful existence. Their worlds flowed together harmlessly. Then the Great War happened. The humans were given superior powers and growing by the numbers daily. Due to the imbalance of power, the monsters became relentless and began attacking without orders. Blood was shed and many lives were lost. In order to fight the monsters, humans drank the sacred blood of vampires and ascended beyond their humanity. Dang, I was doing good too. Becoming superhuman. This new race of people are known as monster hunters. The hunters and the humans united and together brought down the monsters. Over time, their efforts reduced the monsters' population down into the thousands. These monsters were sealed away in another dimension and kept there for eons. The dimension name was, I can't pronounce that, so it translates to the realm of monsters. The teacher had begun teaching us that subject for that week. This was 13 human years ago, back when my sister was just born and I was in kindergarten. I was a smart child, being the elitist of the elite. My parents were the heads of the council, so they were the ones making most of the rules. I suppose I was selfish back then. I expected everything to go my way. I expected that my parents would always be there. I took them for granted. I remember leaving school, and I noticed that it was a beautiful day outside. I could hear the birds singing and chirping. Everyone looked so happy, although they were trapped in a place that was made for us. I eventually made my way to my neighborhood. Something seemed wrong, as I smelled something burning the inside of my nose. I looked up and saw thick black smoke coming from the direction of my house. I picked up my pace, afraid I had guessed where it was coming from right away. I ran home, and I saw our house on fire. I ran in. I didn't care about the fire. I needed to find my sister and parents. I searched desperately, looking all over until I ran into the kitchen. My mom was already burning. She was covered in burns and the refrigerator had fallen on her legs. She had my sister in a protective bubble. She looked at me and I ran over. Mom, you're gonna be okay, I yelled, and tried to lift the refrigerator. She took my hand and she shook her head, saying weakly, "No, take your sister and go. You can't save me." Tears flowed from my eyes and I nodded. I grabbed my sister and ran out of the house. I cried and my tears felt hot. My right cheek was burnt, and I could feel the weight of the crying baby in my hands. She was crying for our mom, and I knew it. This made me cry more. I knew who had done this. My parents' arch rival, Jason Blackbourne. He had goons everywhere. I ran into town and yelled, "Blackbourne!" Blackbourne killed my parents. All the monsters stared at me, and they formed a crowd around me. The crowd parted, and Jason Blackbourne himself walked through the crowd. He got on one knee and patted my shoulder. "I'm sorry for your loss, but I'll make sure you're taken care of." He smiled as he said this. I was an angry child, so I did what children do. I bit his neck, and I tasted his bitter-sweet blood in my mouth. This surprised him, and he hit me. He hit me quite hard, and I laid on the ground. He put his foot on my head and began to put pressure on. I was scared, and I heard someone yell, "Enough!" I woke up screaming. and my sister ran in. "Drake, are you okay?" She yelled worriedly. I sighed and covered the side of my face. Nightmares have come more and more often recently. I was 18 and my powers were extremely weaker. My power has been cut off when I was banished. But as far as I know, Jason had blocked some of my powers. I wasn't getting progressively stronger. I was staying the same. I can use the powers I have masterfully, but my growth was stunned. Ashlyn was the same way, except that she didn't use her powers often. I hunted monsters and killed them to try to prevent Blackborn from restarting the war like he wanted. Wait, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Drake Vladimir, the banished vampire prince. I'm what you call rogue. I hate Blackborn, and all the monsters that side with him. Wait, I'm making a bad first impression. I'm sorry if I seemed so hostile. I'm just kind of bitter. I should go at least to tell you about something else. I was already awake, so I went and got my usual clothes. I picked a gray tank top, my black hoodie, my slacks, and a pair of black socks. I pulled on my clothes and grabbed my black boots, setting them by the door. My sister came downstairs in her clothes, which is usually a gray long sleeved shirt, black pants, stockings underneath, white fingerless gloves, and gray boots. It was winter time, and we both knew it. She went into the kitchen and tossed me a bag of plasma. "Eat up, bro," she said, grabbing herself one. We had stocked up on monster blood, which is usually bitter, but if mixed with other kinds of monster blood can taste decent enough for me to drink. I ripped it open and began to drink the blood. It went down my throat smoothly and left a sour taste. I tried my best not to make a face, but I must have because my sister punched me in the shoulder. "I know what you're thinking. And yes, I probably mixed the blood incorrectly, but you can't complain," she said. And I sighed, saying, "I never thought that. And the blood is fine, it's just a bit sour, that's all. Maybe it's a bit old?" She huffed and went silent. I hated it when she gave me the silent treatment, mainly because she's the only person I can really talk to. I looked over at my clock, and I saw it was 6:30. "Come on, sis, let's go. You don't want to be late. You have to talk to William, right?" I said, raising my eyebrow. She had liked him for a while, and I found it humorous. He was an upperclassman like me, but he had the maturity of a toddler. However, he wasn't as bad as Simon Peterson, the school's goth weird kid. He constantly missed school, and he had 2 scars on his face, which scared a lot of people. He was quiet and made all A's despite always missing school. William was at school but made straight F's, so I guess I'd prefer Simon. When Ashlyn looked over, she was stone-faced. I gulped and walked out to my car, deciding not to tease her anymore. Okay, guys, that was just part of chapter 1, and maybe he'll be generous enough to give me some more to read if you guys like it. If not, oh well. He's my friend, get over it. But if you do like it, please leave a comment, because he's one of the people that watch my videos. He will know, okay? He's putting a lot of effort into this, and he's thinking about making it a lot more than just one book, okay? He's going to have a sequel, and he's going to have more past that. So if you like the video, please like, comment, and if you want to, subscribe. And I guess I'll see y'all in the next video. Later.